Right, this is Thinking Thursday. Coach T-Shawn and I'm with Garth today talking about what you need to food prep. So things you need to food prep is a slow cooker, what is this thing again?
It's a food processor.
Food processor. I don't use a food processor, so
I like gadgets, so I use food processors for things like
cauliflower
rice, mashed yams. Actually, that's really it.
Yeah.
Shredding things, whatever. So it's a fast way to do mass quantities.
Exactly. And then pots. So you have different sizes for different people. At Gar's house, you have a giant pot.
And giant pans.
So cooking pans, you have a nice sharp knife and cutting board. Holy moly. And a spoon. Yes.
To be able to stir up all the stuff.
Okay. I always mash it, so.
Yeah.
Anyways, and then also you need dishes to actually dish your stuff into. So it's really helpful if you have the same size with all the lids that fit on it, and then you're not searching in your drawer for all that stuff. So make sure that you can get them at Winners, relatively cheap, and they all fit each other.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So like the glass thing, because there's no BPA stuff in it, but also we sort of accumulated these over months.
Well, yeah.
Because at first, I only need 5. Well, wouldn't it be cool if I had 2 more for this, or if I had a few more for an extra meal, or if I was able to do a full 2 weeks at once.
Right.
So that over time, I accumulated all the same kind as I could, and when those no longer showed up, I got similar sets for other things. But
okay.
Yeah,
gotcha.
So it doesn't have to be like, I'm going to go spend $500 or $200 or whatever on a complete set.
Oh, no.
I'm going to start with making lunch for the next
for
week.
A week, exactly.
Let's start with 5.
Start there.
Yeah, make it simple. Make it easy.
Exactly. Only maybe food prep for a meal each day for the week.
Yeah.
Start there.
Yeah.
So you don't need a whole ton of them. And then you can make mass quantities and freeze them. You don't have to have this stuff sitting in your fridge for the whole week. It's best if you actually do freeze it. And then you can always have it handy when you have those emergency type situations, and it's there for you.
It's not even an emergency. It's life.
It's not even an emergency, it's life. But for some people it is. So,
yeah.
Yeah.
So a lot of people saw that I posted something about food prep a while ago now, maybe last week or 2 weeks. It's been 2 weeks actually. Yep. And I made a crap ton of food, and that food is still serving me. So I've gone through my 2 weeks of lunches, and now I'm ready to set up for next week.
Right.
So I have my one thing that I measure with. I don't generally weigh things. So a cup of meat, surprise. And then so for training days, because that's something that's important to me, I don't eat a lot of carbs, but I'm going to have a cup of yams, which, because I've looked it up, because that's something I do, is about 40 grams of carbs.
That's on training days.
On my training days, if that's something that's important.
Yeah.
On my non-training days, or not right after I worked out, I'll have a cup of
the cauliflower rice.
Cauliflower rice, that's right. That's what it is.
Yeah.
Okay. And then what I'll do is add greens to everything. So I'll add extra broccoli,
right,
florets,
yep,
to both of these, because you always need more vegetables.
Oh, absolutely.
You need to eat your vegetables.
Yes.
Okay. So there we go. That's that. Put the meat in there. Broke it. Don't buy cheap. And then, because this is a low carb one, now we're getting a little too specific, I'll add some fats to this when I go to eat it.
But essentially, there's 2 meals right there.
2 meals just like that. How
Done.
long that take? Yeah.
Exactly.
Well, aside from the defrosting of everything, but
yeah. Well, that's life.
Yeah. Right. So, but this was made 2 weeks ago, and it's still good. And I made twice as much, and got 2 weeks of lunches. Plus, now I have at least another week of ingredients.
Can I ask you something too?
Yes.
How long did it take you to do this?
Oh, maybe a total of maybe an hour.
An hour?
Maybe. Because I had to boil yams in here. And while that was boiling, I had the meat cooking in here.
Yeah.
And so that was going at the same time. And then I do cauliflower rice raw
Yeah.
in the processor. The hardest part was emptying the food processor. That was it.
Exactly. It doesn't take that long to cook that much food.
Yeah. And so I have 2 different meals
Yeah.
alternating because I only train 3 days a week kind of thing. Mm-hmm. And so there's variety there because people like variety.
Exactly.
Right? So, right now I'm like, well, okay, I got all 5 meals here. But if I was feeling adventurous this weekend, I would do another meat.
Chicken
pork roast,
or pork roast, something.
Yeah. Pulled chicken or pulled pork is usually my other go-tos.
Yeah.
And then I have alternating meals and I can mix them all up and I have a variety of food to eat for the next 2 weeks.
So it's not always boring, right?
Not always boring.
Exactly.
But again, food is fuel.
Yeah.
90% of the time.
Exactly.
Right?
We had this conversation 2 weeks ago.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
Thank you so much, you guys. Here you go.
Keep it simple.
Yep.